Thank you very much, Program Director. Okay. For the first time, Program Director, I have written a speech. Thank you very much, Program Director, Executive Mayor Gaba. On behalf of the organized local government, let me extend my warm greetings to honorable mayors and executive mayors present. Of note, I acknowledge the presence of Executive Mayor of Matlosana, Cllr Fikile Mahlophe, honorable speakers and single whips, members of the mayoral committees, all councillors present today, partners in the development space, particularly DFFE, ICLEI, SALGA, the University of the Northwest, civil society organizations, the national and provincial officials led by the municipal managers, senior managers, support officials, communicators, organizers of this event, students, our future leaders, all protocol observed. Good morning, distinguished guests, fellow leaders and partners in progress. It is both an honor and a responsibility to stand before you today as the Executive Mayor of Dr. Kenneth Kaunda District Municipality and also a chairperson of SALGA Working Group on the water, sanitation, waste management in the heart of the City of Matlosana. Under the theme Local Action, Global Impact, we gather here not just to talk about climate change, but to seek to act, to collaborate, and to lead. South Africa is a proud signatory to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. As part of our obligation under the Paris Agreement, we have committed to reducing greenhouse emissions, building climate resilience, and ensuring a just transition for our communities. These are urgent imperatives that must be rooted in local realities. The UN calls on all nations to act, but it is at the level where people live, where people work, and where dream that climate action truly takes shape. That is why today's town hall COP is so vital. It is our opportunity to align our district development with sustainable development goals, especially goal number 13 of climate action. Honorable members and guests here today, district municipalities are uniquely positioned to coordinate climate action across local municipalities. We are the connective tissue between national policy and community implementation. We believe our role as district municipalities is to, 1, integrate climate resilience into spatial planning and service delivery, support local municipalities with technical expertise and funding pathways where possible. We know that funding is one of our critical areas in the country with the ever-changing or demands in basic services against a declining fiscus in our country. 3, facilitate partnership with academia, civil society, and the private sector. 4, ensure that our vulnerable communities, especially women, youth, and rural populations, are not left behind. We must be bold in reimagining our infrastructure. The Executive Mayor of Matlosana has cited just one of the issues, and it is us that must reimagine how that infrastructure should look like. Our energy systems, our waste management practices, climate-smart agriculture, green jobs, and sustainable transport are not luxuries, but they are necessities. I also want to acknowledge SALGA for its unwavering support in capacitating municipalities to meet climate challenges. SALGA has been fully instrumental in the following areas: training of councillors and officials on climate governance, advocating for local government voices in national and international climate forums, providing tools and frameworks to mainstream climate adaptation and mitigation, Together with SALGA, we must ensure that local government is not just a delivery agent, but a strategic driver of climate innovation. Let me also remind us of the constitutional imperative under Section 1541 of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, which states the following, I quote, "The national government and provincial governments must support and strengthen the capacity of municipalities to manage their own affairs, to exercise their powers, and to perform their functions." If we were to mitigate and come with tangible and evidence-based, impact-driven solutions, this constitutional requirement should then become a norm, not just a passing statement in the Constitution. This is not a courtesy, it is a constitutional obligation. Climate action cannot be siloed. National and provincial government must, amongst others, provide policy guidance, financial support, technical expertise, and legislative clarity to empower municipalities to lead on climate resilience. Distinguished guests and honorable members, let us be clear, no climate strategy will succeed without the active participation of our communities. Our residents are not passive recipients of policy or services. They are agents of change. From farmers adopting sustainable practices, to youth leading recycling campaigns, to elders preserving indigenous knowledge, community action is the foundation of climate resilience. It is important that we empower communities with climate education and awareness, support local initiatives and cooperatives that promote sustainability, create platforms for public participation in climate planning and budgeting, lastly, recognize and reward innovation at the grassroots level. The following are but a few tools necessary for communities which should be facilitated by government. Government must deliberately and consciously and intentionally do the following: fund ICT infrastructure to expand access and to prepare future generations to navigate globalization, whilst preserving the knowledge hub. 2, deliberately and intentionally budget for awareness campaigns and inclusivity. 3, deliberately and intentionally and consciously invest into research and analysis. There is nothing that is as painful in this era as leaving research to other institutions other than government. Government has got no back office where they can source information, package that information, analyze it, use that raw data to inform planning and development. So we will have to intentionally go back and create, in collaboration with our universities. Universities can't research on what they think is correct. They must research intentionally based on what government says they need as raw data for them to be able to enhance planning and informed decision-making. Intentional improving our spatial development plans. In our district, there is visible evidence currently engulfing our communities. Dolomitic areas across, poor post-mining activities, which leads to holes being recorded in some parts of Kuma, Kanana, and in surrounding areas. Erosion of roads through holes appearing in some households. This also places an agency on the role of municipalities in planning, budgeting, as well as deliberately prioritizing issues that impact climate change. A call to action. Climate change is not a distant threat. It is here. It is now. From droughts in our farming communities to flash floods in our urban centers, the impacts are real and they are growing. But also, our resoluteness, our resolve, our political and willingness to impact and participate in these must match those climate evidence-based impacts that we see. Let this town hall COP be remembered as the moment local government leaders stood up, not just to speak, but to lead, and to commit to turning the actions agreed upon here in tangible implementation. Let us show the country and the world that local action can indeed have global impact. I thank you very much. Thank you, Madam.